Hello and welcome to the first topic in the fifth lesson. This lesson is covering the courses engine inside of your white label of Decyphor. We're going to dive straight into the courses here and we're going to look at how to create a course. And this is going to be your first dive into the actual native mobile app builder that it comes standard with your white label, your Elite Access white label of Decyphor. So we're going to take a quick peek here at the course on the front end. And I wanted to show you this because this course has already been created. It's already been published. And we have a couple different settings set up here for user access. Basically, for instance, we have it set where the content is locked until you complete each lesson. For all intents and purposes, in this video, we're going to dive straight into the sandbox environment that we've got for this video set up properly. And we're going to go ahead and go into our super admin. And we're going to look at the Decyphor template here at the top. And then we're going to scroll down to the courses or learning here underneath learning courses. And we're going to select courses. Now this is going to pull open the list of courses available for us to use. And we can choose which one of these we want to begin with. And for instance, I already started a draft under app design. So I'm going to go ahead and open up app design. And from here, you will see it load with the native builder. The native builder includes media, includes forms and gamification for you to be able to add different pieces into the short description of the course. And the description is what's going to show up for the user when they open up that course page. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a description for this. And we're going to say, learn best practices for creating a memorable user experience within your own app, period. Designing your app is best when you have a foundation of solid principles to build upon, which are reviewed in this course. All right, so we have our short description done. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to click this little cloud button here. That's going to go ahead and save that description for us. So I didn't click the publish button because it's not ready to go out onto the front end of the app yet. If I click publish, it's going to go straight, boom, live out into the front end of the app. So what I need to do next is I need to click that little settings icon on the right-hand side. And this gives us all the options available for us to select and start to edit this course accordingly. Forgive the white space at the top. That's due to the menu. If we exit out, you can see the menu there at the top. So we're working on that. Should be fixed on yours by the time you're viewing this, but it shouldn't have any issue with us going through this content. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set the status and visibility. When we click publish, we want it to publish immediately. The author here, we probably want to make it admin. And then the permalink doesn't really matter, but it's going to show us here that it's decyphor.com/courses/app design. Okay. What we can do also is we can assign a category. So I'm going to pull out a category here. I'm going to do design and development, and then I'm going to do tutorials. Okay. Since this doesn't cover any modules within the app, rather the look and feel and design of the pages, etc., it's going to be a little bit different than that. So we're not going to select that modules category there. In fact, we probably don't even need to select tutorials, but we'll just keep design and development. The next is if we want to add a tag for this, we can. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do design and click enter. And there I have the tag added. And next is we need a feature image. So to get a feature image, we can do one of two things. If you've got somebody creating content for you, you can use that. Make sure it's HD. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to Google and I'm going to search for something. So I'll just do app design. And I'm going to go to images. And any of the images available here we can use as long as there's no watermark. We could even just do royalty free here at the top, just to be safe. Okay, so that will pull up the royalty-free images. Royalty-free meaning you don't have to pay in order to use it. It's free for anybody to use on the net. This one's not terrible. We could use that one if we wanted. What I'm going to do is add one more thing here and put HD at the end. There we go. And so let's keep scrolling here until we find something we like, or maybe go down a rabbit hole or two to find something in particular that will work for this. Our options are a little bit limited just going straight through Google. So if you have a subscription, this one's good. I like this one. I'm just going to do this one. Let's do open image and new tab. There's the tab. I'm going to go ahead and pull it open. I'm going to long click and save that image. So let's go ahead and pull open here, make sure it's saved. It did. So now I need to go right back into Decyphor, and I'm going to set this featured image. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a file. If you've already got images in your media library, you can do that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and upload a file. In fact, it looks like I've uploaded one before right here. And that one's actually pretty cool, so I'm going to use that one instead. So there I click the set feature image. And there you have it. If you want to do an upload, just go to Upload Files, select the file, Photo Library, and then add that one in as well. Once it's uploaded for you, it'll become visible, and then you click the button, Set Featured Image. Okay? So we've got that set. I don't like the white background, so I'm going to do a little bit of color here. Go back to this one. And then the only thing that we have left here is, do we want to add any post attributes? We don't have to worry about that right now. We'll dive into that in further lessons. Do we want somebody to be able to download the course to their app so that they can view it offline? Sure, we can, but the only issue is we're going to be using YouTube for the videos. So in order to use YouTube for the videos, they won't be able to view the videos anyway, so I'm not going to select that option. But you could if you're using Vimeo or if you're embedding those videos via iframe. Is there any other associated content? Well, we have created one lesson here within the course, but I'm not going to do anything with that yet because this is just to get the course up and running. And if you want a custom cover photo other than the fallback of the connection of the world type image, that's the default. I'm going to leave the default because that's the platform default. And then our last option here would be to add any tags, and this goes into your CRM. And this also conditionally displays content on web fallbacks. We're working on integration with app pages and app blocks, but for the time being, web fallbacks is the only thing that will display conditional content based on tags. So what you could say here is somebody has to have these required tags. We haven't added any tags in yet because we're not at that point in the development process here for us to show you what that is. They can be added, we just haven't done it yet, and we'll do that in later lessons and go through that in depth. But we could also say, for instance, we could do a tag that's required. So the required tag would say they have to have this tag or not. Okay? So for instance, if I had right here, if we pull this up, if the user is logged in, they must have none of the tags specified to access the content. Okay, we could redirect the access if they're denied to a page of some kind, or we can just give them a message, and then we could enter a URL to redirect them to if we wanted to. When somebody views the course, we can apply a tag. We can remove a tag when somebody views the course. So if this is a second course in a series of courses, we can remove the tag from the first one so you know that they're on the second one, not the first. And then you can do a delay in milliseconds before applying or removing the tags, which would then, give you the ability to do conditional logic on a schedule. But other than that, when they complete the course, we could say, for instance, design complete or completed design course. That could be a tag, and we can create that inside the CRM, which will then sync across the network. And we'll get into that in later videos underneath development. Okay? So that is the course creator. We've pretty much added all the content we need. This right here, the short description, is just giving us an overview of it. I'm actually going to move this, so copy out of the description because the description is going to be below the content, and I'm going to put it right here in the main content area because then that will be right up in the top so you can start reading it as soon as you open up the course. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click Publish. And it's going to give you a second message here to say, are you sure you want to publish it? Yes, I do. Publish, and it is published. Okay? So in order to view that course, we just need to come back. We need to switch to the main Decyphor app. And from the Cortex and the lower tab bar, we can select courses, and there's our course. Okay? So not very difficult to get your first course up and running, but that's how you do it. That's your first introduction to the native mobile app builder on the back end. It's very simple. It's designed to be very clean so that you can have a smooth and seamless process. So if you're on an airplane somewhere and your knees are all tight and bunched up and you got to get some work done on your app, you don't have to pull out your laptop anymore. In fact, I have found that building content on the app and building apps themselves is about 4 to 5 times faster on the mobile phone than it is on desktop. Why? Because you can make the changes inside the app, go back to the front end of the app and see the changes in real time and go right back into development. As opposed to making the changes on a desktop, looking at your phone, going back to the desktop, looking back at your phone, going back to the desktop, looking back at your phone. That process starts to get a little bit overwhelming for some people and can really cause a headache and end up being more confusing than helpful. What this does is it gives you distraction-free development for you to be able to create the content you want without worrying about other things that are going on. And in a desktop environment, push notifications will come through on the desktop from other platforms like YouTube and Facebook, and then you get the distraction, and then you're worried about that too. So then you move and you take a break for a minute and you go back. That's how my mind works, because I'm a little ADHD when it comes to that. So I like to focus my work in one particular area and remove the rest of the distractions so I can just go streamlined and get what I want published and get it done. So that's the quick introduction to this. The app design is up. So now we're going to move on to the next topic. We'll see you there.